Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful mid-January day. I don't want to know what that is, but we are heading up to Home Depot for a couple of small little tools. In doing the headlight on this bike, I noticed that I'm missing a couple of different little bits and bobs for my socket set, so figured take the opportunity on this beautiful day to run uptown on the bike. And grab some sockets. I'm definitely going through town because it is like 28 degrees right now, which is really cold. I mean, it's not crazy terrible, but obviously due to what has been in the news lately with this massive winter storm happening, you pay closer attention to the weather around you. And I figured, you know, would hate to take it for granted, because this is our January right now. You know, beautiful and honestly quite mild for what we're used to. And I've talked a little bit about that before, but any chance to take the motorcycle out, I'm gonna do it. So also, another quick update, I did get some highway pegs. I got some shorter arms. Now the set that I ordered from Hogworks, and it came with a set of foot pegs itself, not just the mounting hardware, but the pegs themselves. And I don't know if I'm going to use those ones or the ones that I've had, but I recently just ordered a set of Arlen Ness. So when those get here, I'm gonna try those out for a while. They're just like the round ones. They're not the ones that you like put your heel on or your whole boot. It's just a normal round, cylindrical, I should say, cylindrical foot peg. So when that gets here, I'll swap them out and give those a shot. Those can be nice because on long distance trips you can kind of, especially if you're wearing a boot with the heel, you know, and Connor's gonna hate me. Connor likes boots. He knows the technical terms for all that, but when your boot has a heel and then it's also got the other part on the front of the boot that's got a pronounced, it is pronounced itself, you can kind of hang that part of your boot on the highway peg and kind of relax your whole leg, which I prefer. I did bring a second pair of gloves with me today on this short little trip, just in case my hands were frozen by the time I get to Home Depot. I would be able to swap them out, but I don't foresee that happening. So outside of the headlights and the highway pegs, I have a couple of things that I still want to do to this bike. I've talked about it before, getting it professionally tuned and dynoed at a performance shop. That is still happening. We are going to wait until spring gets closer because Rob and I want to ride the motorcycles over to M6 and get it done, hang out, get some lunch, and then ride them home. So we have to, and that's all the way in Idaho. So, I mean, it's a good 4-hour ride for us, or maybe a 3-hour ride for us, 3.5 hours, something like that. So we definitely wanted the temperatures to start picking up before we ride all the way over there to do that. So other than that, we are still, or I am still thinking a few more upgrades for the bike before I call Project Shark Bait good enough until I find something else that I kind of want to do to it. A long time ago, not a long time ago, obviously less than a year, but last year at some point I did a video titled Top 5 Modifications to Do to Your Harley Davidson. It might not have been titled that, but I am going to, I believe, redo that video this year, and I'm going to discuss, I'm going to probably go a little bit more in depth on those modifications, and then I will discuss how I've done those modifications on shark bait. Because I'm pretty sure by the time this spring rolls around, I will have done everything on that list to this bike, plus some. Which is crazy to think about it, because I've owned this bike for, I mean, I would have to go back through my catalog of videos, and I bought this bike in September of 2025, and it is now January. So I've owned this bike for 4 months, and I've already done so much to it. I mean, it looks completely different than when I first purchased it, but it definitely has been a winter project for me. I only had it for a little bit at the tail end of 2025's riding season. I was able to take it to Idaho, to Sandpoint Showdown, but not too much riding. I think I've only put 2,500 miles on this thing since. So 2026 is going to be the year of putting miles on it, man. Which, by the way, is a really cool YouTube channel. You guys should go check him out. His YouTube channel is called Put Miles on It. I think his name is Miles, so it's a pretty cool name. I mean, it just goes to show how large the United States is, because you start up here in the Pacific Northwest, and I don't know if you guys caught that, but on one of those side streets back there were some kids playing basketball in the street in basketball shorts and a shirt. And then you go, I mean, not even halfway across the country, people are getting snowed in right now. And then you even go further, and people are getting buried under snow this weekend due to this severe winter storm we're having. Well, some of us are having. And then you go even further, and it's back to people being on a beach in South Florida. I was watching Professional Monkey's channel. I love that guy, by the way. You guys, if you guys haven't heard of him, I don't know what you're doing. He's amazing. Go check out Professional Monkey's YouTube channel. He's in South Florida, and so he pops his garage door, and it's 75 degrees in the morning, or 65 degrees in the morning, which is a beautiful spring day for us. And it's January, and he's just chilling with board shorts, flip-flops, and a shirt, talking about Harley stuff. And then you go north a little bit, not a little bit, a lot of bit, and then you have Midwestern Motorbike, who's in Wisconsin, that's getting like negative 36 degrees with wind chill right now, if not lower than that, you know. And even Mozak's in Georgia, and I heard Georgia's getting hit pretty hard too. You know, then you have my brother Richard, who lives in Pennsylvania, and they're getting wiped out with this winter storm. And then there's us. Kids playing in the street in basketball shorts in January, and it's the Pacific Northwest. It's crazy, guys. Cool Gladiator. But anyways, I'm here at Home Depot. I'm gonna run in, grab some tools. See you guys in just a minute. All right, guys. I got my stuff and my things. My things and my stuff. So, in my local town, the only place to get Chinese food is this gas station right up here on the left-hand side called the Travel Plaza. I don't know if you guys can see that sign. But it's actually really good. And I'm not from this town. Like I said, my wife is, but I'm not. And I've eaten Chinese food all over the United States. Chinese, Japanese cuisine, you know, Korean, all that jazz. And I mean, the Chinese food at this place is a lot like Panda Express, which you know, isn't really Chinese food, but it's actually really good. So, if you guys are in the mood for some Chinese food, go there. Can't tell if that's a cop or a Ford Escape with a roof rack. Nah, I think that's a cop. But yeah, I mean, like normally around this time of year we got, I mean, obviously snow down here, but we don't even have snow really in the mountains. And you know, and to think 2 years ago I was thinking about buying a snow machine just to pass the time in the winter, because I just get so cooped up. And I have a buddy at work who he owns a snow machine, and he is an avid snow machiner, snowmobiler, a sled head, if you will. And this year he hasn't gotten to do anything. Well, he has. In fact, he got into a pretty gnarly wreck, but he hasn't gotten to go out into I'm sure the usual spots that he normally does, because of just the lack of snow and how warm it's been. And this is not a cop, by the way. See, in Washington State, for all you kids out there who live in different states, in Washington you can tell it's a cop because they will have a big E and an X on the left-hand side of the license plate, meaning exempt from having to pay for registration, you know, that kind of thing. So when you're mobbing downtown, that's kind of what you're looking for if you were to, you know, break the law and stuff. Oh, that's right, that's what I wanted to do. Stand by. Hopefully I don't run over any needles. I really like graffiti. Obviously, I'm an artist, so I like murals and graffiti, and so I like to find graffiti, park my bike next to it, and take pictures. Issue with the light being just like that is you kind of get in the way. So I think I can officially say that my riding season for 2026 started 2 weeks into January. 3 weeks into January. 3 weeks. Because I'm just out riding around, having a good time. That's pretty cool. I will be, two things. One, I will be very surprised if I am riding like I am right now this upcoming December in 2026. And number two, I really hope I'm riding like this in December of 2026. Because that means I rode year-round, all year long, and I just think that's pretty damn awesome. I was planning on doing a 3-hole oil change video for you guys, but I still got like 1,500 miles to go before I really should change it. So if not 2,300 miles to go before I change it. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it, because at 10,000 miles I'm actually gonna take my bike to a dealer and have them do the 10K service on it, and that'll be the next oil change that happens on this thing. So it'll be a whole nother 3,000 to 5,000 miles even after that. So it's gonna be a while before I do a 3-hole oil change video for you guys. They got a really cool looking Corvette in that car lot. It's purple. So, you know, it's been there a couple of years. They haven't been able to sell it because, you know, it's purple. Yeah, these medium weight gloves are just getting work. I thought I might have to switch, but we good. We're good, chat, as my 12-year-old likes to say. It's funny having children be raised in a completely different world than my wife and I would, the world that we were raised in. Because, I mean, it's so funny to hear the lingo that children use versus the lingo that you used back in the day. Nuts. Like anytime my 12-year-old wants to talk to the room or talk to everyone in the room, she says chat instead of hey you guys, or what's up humans that I love. She doesn't say any of that. She says chat. And it's so funny because, I mean, it's obvious that would be a thing because of the internet age that we all live in, and with how and when I talked to Blockhead, I spoke to Blockhead at Born Free in California. Rob and I both did, and we talked to him about this, like the way that media is distributed and enjoyed in the modern era. It makes sense that kids would, their entire worldview and their entire culture nowadays is stemmed from internet culture. I mean, they're the internet babies. When I was a kid, the internet was just a chat room. You know, like Google wasn't invented until I was my daughter's age. So I wasn't raised in the Google era. You know, I'm a millennial, so I was raised with technology changing every day and something new being invented every day. But I remember, you know, there was this thing that I read online about why kids raised in the 90s. I mean, I was born in 89, but I was raised in the 90s and early 2000s, you know, the Y2K thing. And they say that we're the most nostalgic generation. And the reason why millennials are, especially older millennials, are more nostalgic than other generations is because we grew up during the internet boom. So things started changing so fast every day when we were in our formative years that we long for the simpler times. Like, it's funny, I sit my kids down and on YouTube I will bring up 90s commercials, like commercials from the 1990s, and my kids just, their jaws hit the floor. Like, like commercials back then were just so unhinged, like lunacy. If you don't believe me, get on YouTube, or well, if you're watching this, you're already on YouTube. So, you know, finish my video first, of course. But when you're done with my video, type in 90s commercials. Especially like Nerf commercials or any type of snack food commercials like Cheetos or Surge. You guys remember Surge? That methamphetamine in a can that we sold to children. Check those out. And then watch a commercial nowadays. Like, everything is so much more just mellow nowadays than it was when we were kids. Back when we were kids, I mean, it was just, in order to sell anything, you had to be loud and bright and colorful and flashy. Like, everything just had to be insane to stand out. So it turns out no one stood out because everyone was colorful, flashy, loud, and insane. But anyways, just some random thoughts for you guys. Speaking of what I was talking about earlier, though, Midwest, and I hope you're battening down the hatches and you're staying warm, buddy. Same thing with you, Mozak, and you, Richard, in Pennsylvania. All you East Coasters. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for stopping by, watching my video. Do all the things, the liking, the commenting, the subscribing if you're not already. Really appreciate it. This concludes this week's video, though. Enjoying this beautiful mid-January weather here in the Pacific Northwest. You guys take it easy. Keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down. I'll see you guys when I see you.